Hello Stampers, this is Melissa the Stamp Doc. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some quick cards that I created after I cut out some images with my Brother ScanNCut. So I know some of you have wondered how I do this, and I wanted to share these with you. These cards are very simple and just feature black and white cardstock and then those die cut images that I did. Both use the Zoo Globe stamp set, which is brand new to the 2020-2021 annual catalog. I will post a link to the catalog in the description below, and you're welcome to request a catalog by going to my blog. To get started, I've got a half a sheet of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm getting all of my stamps together, and I'm going to cut quite a few at a time. So I'm just going to position those where I want them. I'm leaving a little bit of space in between. I don't want them right on top of each other. I want to be able to cut a little bit of a border around them. So spacing them so that they're together but enough apart that there could still be a small white border around them. And there's darling images in this. Elephants, a giraffe, a little koala bear, lots of things. Then I'm pushing my Stamparatus down to grab those stamps. Now I'm going to use my black Memento ink, and later I'm going to color these with the Stampin' Blend, so this Memento ink works great for that. And I'm going to stamp it twice just so that I can get a really dark impression on those. I want them to be read by the scanner very well. I'm going to turn it around and stamp it a second time. Now I've added it to my mat. This is my Brother mat, and I like the low tack mat. If this actually gets non-sticky after a while, you can just tape it down, and that works just as well. So I'm going to show you my blade. On this one, I have got my blade set between a 3 and a 4. Normally, I'll use the 4 setting if I'm using the thick Whisper White cardstock, and I'll use the 3 setting if I'm doing Designer Series paper. So since this is just Whisper White, I'm using it between a 3 and a 4, and then putting that in place. We're going to turn the machine on, and it takes just a moment for that to get going, but I'm going to get my mat ready to load. So I'm going to put that into position here, and this little button right up here helps to load that. So I'm going to hit OK, and then I've got to push that again to get that loaded. So that will load my mat, and now I'm going to press the scan button. I'm going to be doing a direct cut. We're going to use our machine, and instead of the color recognition mode, I'm going to change it to black and white. These should do just fine with that. And now it's ready to scan. So I'm just going to press that start button. That will scan. It takes just about a minute for it to scan the full page, and then it will pop it right back out. So there it goes. It's coming right back out. And then it's going to recognize, and once it's done with that, hopefully my images are going to pop up on screen, which they did. I'm just going to hit OK on that. And it looks like everything scanned really well. So I just want to put that small border on there. So I'm going to put it at 0.04 and hit OK. And that adds that border. The only thing I see that didn't quite cut right is a set of balloons up at the top, but because I did 2 of them, that's going to be fine. So I'm going to hit OK again, and that's going to process the cutting mode. So I don't want those balloons that are kind of cutting wonky to cut, so I'm going to select those and then hit the little delete button, and I'll confirm that. And we're just going to hit that, and then we're ready to cut. So everything's on there, and as it looks good, I'm going to just hit the cut button. That takes a moment again to process. But once that's done processing, then we're just going to hit the start button. So it says it's going to take about 2 minutes. I'm not going to make you watch the full cutting, so I sped this up quite a bit for you. So once it's finished cutting, we're going to hit this button to unload our mat, and that does delete all of our things too. But as you can see, I can just lift that off, and I've got a great little image there. So when that's all done, I've got all these cute little images that I can add to cards. So be sure to check out my blog so you can get a closer look of those finished cards. But I love the little elephant happy birthday and the little giraffe and koala bear card. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and please subscribe.